Hello, everybody. I am Melissa Forziat of Take the Doughnut. I'm a keynote speaker and the host of this Take the Doughnut interview series. And from time to time, after I do an interview with somebody incredible, I just want to get on here and talk with you about what I'm thinking about it, or how it all came to be. And I just had an opportunity to speak with Julie Alley, who of course was a survivor of 45 Castaway and also is a trust and wealth advisor. And if you had a chance to hear that interview, she has so much energy and so much just like power to create change in her life. And she's an interesting model of that for the world around her and for her kids. And I couldn't help but, it's so infectious. I couldn't help but feel energized coming out of that conversation with Julie. And I hope you feel the same way. Something that I was thinking about as she was talking to me about going after opportunity in life, and specifically as she was talking about all of these opportunities she's taken, big ones, later in her life, I thought about when I was in my 20s. And I remember when I first got my first international job, and I was working in Torino for the 2006 Olympic Winter Games. And I was prepping for that trip. And a lot of the people in my world at that time, when I said, I'm going to Italy and I'm going to do this thing, a lot of people said, do it now while you can. And I always thought, well, I can. What does that mean? It wasn't do it now. It wasn't about the message maybe they were trying to give me was be free, go live. But they were putting a time limit for me on, like, there was an expectation of what that I was going to then, like, I was going to get married and have kids and not be able to do anything ever again for the rest of my life. It is how that came out to me. And a lot of those things that I think they maybe were thinking were expected later on for me weren't things that I necessarily wanted at all. And I knew that even at the time. So to say, do it now while you can, didn't make a ton of sense to me. And I understood why they were saying it and where they were coming from, but it didn't really apply. And I look at Julie, and she is somebody who did pursue some of those things that I wasn't really putting on the table for myself. She has kids, and then here she is. There is no do it now while you can attitude for Julie. It's just do it now. And my goodness, what a message that is. I mean, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of like hitting me as I'm talking about this. It isn't even as binary as I thought it was, of like, either you can have this life or you can have this life. There's so many different ways you can live, and there's so many different ways you can make choices, and there's so many different ways you can empower the community around you, and the community around you can empower you. And let Julie be an example of that, for those who feel like they have limited options. Are they as limited as you think they are? Or do you just think they're limited? Is it real, or is it in your head? And for Julie, she's been able to live in a certain way. And maybe that's something that shines a light for somebody out there. I know for me, it's a really interesting thing to process as I consider how binary I've considered it all over the years. You might have more options than you think you do. There are many seasons in your life, and there's always another opportunity out there for you to take if you want to grow yourself and develop yourself. So it's just a matter of getting started and finding the path. And so thank you so much to Julie for taking that time to talk with me, with all of us, and hopefully give all of us a little something to think about. And in the meantime, go out there, get inspiration, and get donuts. Bye, everyone.